Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome to today's speed build. For today's build, we are back with another pack restricted build where we use a pack and base game only. And today we are in the world of Tomarang, which came with the For Rent expansion pack. So this pack came out roughly about a year ago, which I cannot believe it's been 12 months, but it is definitely one of my favorite expansion packs. The gameplay side of it is it's interesting, but I think that it's such a useful pack because it brings rental properties. So that's my personal opinion on this pack. But going into this build, I knew I'd have quite a bit of fun because the build and buy is so strong in this expansion pack, as you can imagine, with the inclusion of rental properties. So they really just wanted to add so many building assets to allow you to do that, but also like it's a themed build, and I always find that these themed packs, so this is in Tomarang is inspired by Thailand. It's a Thai themed world, so a lot of the architecture and the items all had to be very specific for this pack. A lot of like base games, like a lot of the items in this world you wouldn't necessarily use in every other build, although I do use the kettle and the rice cooker quite frequently in other builds. But other than that, there are, like, for example, the Pacific toilet that they have. It's a cultural toilet. I only use that when I build houses in Tomarang. All right, so we are on the Rockside lot, which is in the top, located in the top neighborhood in Tomarang. I think it's Morangsong is the neighborhood. It's the large empty lot that we have there, and surrounding this particular lot, there are a lot of townhouses which had this funky roof line, and I wanted to recreate something like that would fit into this neighborhood. So this build is actually a rental complex. So we have 3 units. 2 of the units, which are the yellow and green units that we're working on now, they are 3x2 bedrooms, and then there's a third smaller unit to the right of the build, which is a 2x1. And so in this build, it's a little bit like Love Struck, where there were 2 color themes and 2 kind of themes that were present in the build and buy. So you got all of these beautiful pastel colored assets, and then you got a whole pile of like wooden traditional assets. So we do actually use both of those assets this week. So this for this build, it's more of the colorful pastel items, and then we are building a starter home for Thursday, so that build will come out on Thursday as a starter home and that uses more of the wooden assets that came with the complex. So as this is a rental unit, I'm only going to furnish one, which is this first yellow unit, which I'm just mapping out the floor plan for now. Now the floor plan for the green and the yellow units, which are the larger units, the 3x2, the floor plan is practically identical. I do believe the green unit is slightly smaller than the yellow unit, only because it's in the center and it doesn't have as much as a bump out, but I tried to make them relatively the same size, but where the kitchen is the same, where the bathroom is slightly different, but the layout's pretty much the same. So what we'll do is you'll see the decoration of this unit, which is what we're going into. We're just starting with the kitchen, and then the remainder 2 units you'll see fully furnished through our walkthrough at the end. So what can I say more about this build? Yeah, so I mentioned in a previous build that we did, I think it was last week's with Love Struck, where if a build and buy generally has a kitchen set or a bedroom set or a bathroom set, it's pretty good. But when it has all 3 of those things, it's a really strong build and buy, and it really allows you to build quite a lot with just the pack that it came with. So the majority of this pack, this build is for rent. There is a little bit of base game in there, but Not that much, and that I think that's what makes it easier to build these pack restricted builds if the pack does come with a lot. Alright, so we are upstairs and this is our little floor plan. So I wanted the master bedrooms to be at the front of the upstairs where the balconies were. So in all three builds, in all three rentals, that's where the master bedroom is. You then, in this particular rental, you have a teens room, the upstairs bathroom, and then you have a twin child's room. And that makes your 3x2. So downstairs is quite spacious. So you walk in, you have your kitchen, and then you've got just like a little dining area, a living room. I do put a computer at the end of the hallway before the stairs. It was just a nice way to fill in that little gap. So this is the little entryway, just using some clutter pieces from For Rent. And what else can I say? I really loved the rugs in this pack and the tiling. The tiling was really lovely. Standout assets for Rent, I would definitely say the kettle, the small appliances. I did really like the doors and windows. I thought that they were quite nice. They were very thematic. They, fit the landscape, fit the theme, and fit the world around. Just everything. It just looks really nice. Like, it's just... everything is just really well done. I really like the bed that came with this pack, so we use that in all of the master bedrooms. Yeah, so what else is there to say? So our colour scheme. So with the kitchen, I used a lighter wood. So I did try to mix a couple of the wood tones throughout the house. So I go from a darker wood to a lighter wood, just because I really wanted to use that yellow colour throughout the house. So because we had all these pastel colors, it was really easy to frame the color scheme for each one of these rental units, because I literally just assigned a color and went with it. So for this particular rental unit, it's yellow, and then there's green, and then there's red. I think my favorite is actually the green house, because, and you'll see this in the end. So we go through the other two units in the walkthrough, but I just really love the color scheme. I think I used a lot of the blues and greens, and it's just so nice. But this one's good. This one, as I said, I think is the biggest, and it does cater for caters for what, 5 Sims potentially, which is really good. I do use the new potty and whatnot in the middle rental and middle rental, yeah, and the middle rental. So I did try to use like all of the assets across all 3 units, just so that you could get a combination of get a feel of everything. So that was the new bathroom with the new toilet, and so I think we got a toilet, sink, and a shower. I really do like the sink. The only issue with the sink is it doesn't line up with the countertops that well, but that's okay. It's still really nice, and I definitely wanted to use the toilet in these builds because it's a very Pacific themed item. So this is the master bedroom. The master bedroom in all 3 units is fairly small, but they do get a balcony. So this is just very loosely decorated. This is basically how all 3 of them look. And on the front porch, on this balcony, I put some chairs and a teacup, and I do this same layout on the other one, on the green rental. So it was interesting. So the rentals aren't actually that expensive, but then I remember that they're rentals and you rent them. So I do believe the 2x1 does actually come in under 20k, but I believe when you would purchase this, you would purchase it as a complex. I don't know. I've not really played around with it as much. I've been a landlord before, I think, when the cat first came out, but I definitely feel like I want to revisit it. And this is definitely a good property to use, because it caters for so many Sims. And but I've done it in the past where I've loosely decorated it, and just to kind of get the gameplay aspect in. All right, so we are in our final bedroom. This is I'd say a twin girls room, and I did use a little bit more base game in the bedrooms just because obviously we got a little bit of children items, like we got the marbles and whatnot and the hopscotch, which you'll see both those items in this build. But I just decorated this very loosely with general toys, and I used the new lamps. I love the bedside table lamps that came with this pack. I use them in every single rental. The mirrors are lovely. The bedside, the dresses, they're used. And yeah, that pot plant came in a pink swatch, and I was so excited. I really love that plant. So yeah, we're just going to add in some curtains. And I think, yep, those lamps that I really like. And then we're going to move into this little hallway space. I just put in a desk because we do have a teen sim, so they, place to do their homework. And yeah, just putting some more clutter and a rug, and then we will move in to the upstairs bathroom. The upstairs bathroom is much bigger than the downstairs. It almost could be, if you wanted it to be, a fourth bedroom. It is quite spacious. I did have to block it off to kind of square off the room. Sometimes I get a bit overwhelmed if the bathroom is quite big because I don't really like to overly clutter my bathrooms. So this has just got all the basic stuff in it. It does have a tub. Yeah, believe downstairs did not. So I've got that there, and I've got the toilet, and I've just used a normal sink and not the sink that we use downstairs because, as I said, it doesn't line up with the counters. So I prefer to just use a standard sink. I love these deck chairs. So in Australia, these plastic deck chairs we use all the time. So I had to include these in the build in some way. So on the front porch of each rental home, they've got their own set of coloured deck chairs. So the yellow with the yellow, the green with the green, and the red with the red. I don't know, they didn't really have a red out wallpaper swatch, so I had to use a purple, but it's definitely meant to be more reddish pink, but I'm happy with it. Just putting some skill building. As I said, I am only decorating on camera this first rental unit. So we're just doing the outdoor space. I've just put in some planter boxes, and I've just put a little seating area, and I believe the marbles ring circle thing. Yep, that thing. And then we will be moving in to landscaping. So the landscaping is very minimal for this build and for, I guess this build, this complex and whatnot. And what I wanted to do with this place was have a little private, you have your private little backyard, but then you have a shared central backyard, which is where the pool is to the side and kind of like a cookout area, because in this pack you've got the potluck, social event and whatnot. And as you can see in the top left corner, I've got the color coded system. So those color coded systems allow me to select what is shared and what is private. So those backyards where behind the units are private, but this area is all shared. So I've just gone in with some lay-lowing flowers and daisies and shrubs, and I've kind of color coded them near where the units are. I've made this little area here like a little seating area, and that's where I use the shrine that comes with the pack. I just thought that was a nice little space. All right, now we've got the pool. So again, I've gone in with a curved pool, just really enjoying using that feature. We did actually get pool floaties in these in this pack, so I've added that in there. And then we go in with some benches and a grill, the grill that came with the pack. And again, this is for that potluck social event, so that your Sims can have that and everything is in here. We've got a second marbles ring circle thing, and the hopscotch on the path. I love that. And I've just added some seating near where the shrine is, just some basic seating, a plant. And I really liked, you'll see in a minute, there's these street umbrellas that we used. I thought they were a debug item, but turns out they're not. And anyway, they went really well over the base game picnic tables. So yeah, and that's basically the outside. All right, guys, we are live in game. So we are going to start with the yellow rental, I believe. And we're just going to go through it. Apologies for all the coloured lines. They're just the lines that the game puts in the game just to kind of dictate what rental is what. So that's our kitchen. And then you've got your entryway, your dining, your living. You head down the hall, and then you have your bathroom, and you've got that little computer at the end of the hallway. Oh, press the wrong button. And then when you go upstairs, we go into the master bedroom down the back. We've got a teens room, the main bathroom, that kind of foyer area, and then the twin child's room. And yeah, so that's the first one. That's what we saw furnished in our speed build. That's the backyard. And then we are going to move in to the middle rental, which is our green rental. And this one's lovely. This is my favorite. So we enter in and we've got the kitchen in the exact same spot with a totally different color scheme. So it's slightly different because of where the bathroom was and where the back door was. So we did have to move the bathroom to the opposite side. So I've put the computer desk further along. All right, upstairs we are going into the master bedroom. So it's just a different color scheme, but it's identical to the other one. We've got a toddler's room, which allows us to use that toddler's potty in the bathroom. These bathrooms are much nicer. I fit in that kind of cabinet item that also came with the pack that I forgot about. And then you've got a teens room in here as well. And I must have forgotten to put a mirror in there. Oh no, I've used the dresser table. That was also a lovely item. Alrighty, and then you've just got that little seating out in the balcony, and their backyard is much smaller, but it's still got some items in there. Alright, and then our third and final unit is, I'm just going to fix up a few of the foundations. This is our 2x1. So you walk in and you've got a really, really spacious kitchen. It's quite bigger in this one than in the others. You've got your dining, your living, and down the hall, you've got a tiny, tiny bathroom. You've got your computer and your bookcase, identical to the others. Really loved the colors. You go upstairs, there's a child's room. It's a small child's room, but child's room nonetheless. And then the master bedroom. And then the master bedroom goes onto this huge kind of balcony. It's massive. So you've got the marble table, the marble ring, you've got the chess table, you've got a sitting area, and you've got the water unit. So that also comes into gameplay with the pack. We then have the outdoor area. So, I'm just putting the music thing outside. So that, because it makes more sense to have music to an outdoor area. So you've got your hopscotch, you walk through, you've got kind of a grill area and seats. You've got the pool, and then you've got the shrine over in the corner and a nice sitting area for that. So yeah, that is the build today, guys. I really enjoyed building this, and I hope if you have stayed to the end, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section down below which one is your favorite rental unit. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.